And welcome to yet another CARMENtary. So, I want to make something clear. I did not have a good night last night. Oh, by the way, it's September 3rd, 2022, and this is scheduled for release on 2 weeks from now, the 17th. If I sound a little, awful, I had a bad night last night. My throat was acting weird, my nose was stuffed. Why is it freezing? Mouse must stay within the... Whoa, this isn't right. Am I gonna find out there's a glitch in this game? So if I'm hacking or whatever, or coughing a lot, like I said, I had a bad night last night. My nose was stuffy, my throat was acting kind of scratchy or something, but I have secret calls on me. I took a Benylin. The thing is, as much as I don't want to go back to work quite yet, I don't want to get sick either. Because being sick is fun no matter what. Well, since the logo was published, I'm going to have to do the thumbnail. Now, if the sound goes out, the background music goes out for any reason, I will abandon the case because I initially was supposed to record this back in August, like a couple of weeks ago, but then I had the same problem that occurred the last time around.
Hello and welcome to Acme. I'm the Chief, but you can call me, the Chief. We're in the business of tracking down thieves, and we're ultimately after one. Carmen Sandiego. Every creep we've ever collared has been working for her. Now, when you report for duty, I assign you a case. You go to the scene of the crime and look for clues about where the crook took the loot. Then the chase begins. Any bystander is a potential witness who can point you in the right direction. When you finally catch up with the crook, you've got to bust him. But remember, you can't arrest a crook without a warrant. And you can't get a warrant if you don't know what the crook looks like. Now, I could tell you lots more, but the best way to learn a job is on the job. So, are you ready for your first case?
Now, to be fair, I actually have nothing planned on the 17th. In fact, it's kind of free that day. However, I'd rather get this done now. I'm gonna get this finished as quickly as possible.
The folks in Korea are itching to see you.
So you'll see a capture from each good guide once, and
they eat that tangy
an ick or
Carmine
and take at least once.
But this morning, someone stole the recipe. Soul food just won't be the same till you get the recipe back. Go to it.
916가 지금 대한민국으로 출발합니다.
So I don't think I have COVID, but maybe my body's just adjusting to the temperature changes. And maybe perhaps the fact that I'm gonna have to start setting that alarm again in 3 days. And furthermore, I am not gonna waste any time questioning the suspects about the crook descriptions, because that is a waste of time.
Good day. If he ends up raising cattle on the plains with a group of gauchos, well...
Argentina. So this time I'm actually doing this on an XP box instead of on the Windows 98 machine, since this is actually the 1999 re-release, so there shouldn't... Heck, they all say they should work on Windows XP anyway.
Look, those bumbling janitors. They must have been cleaning up after your crook. Good tracking.
What? He yearned to earn yen in Yokohama.
Obviously, Japan. Oh, are we dealing with halitosis? So yeah, I really don't want to get sick right now. As of this posting, both parents have since caught COVID. My cousin's wedding ended up becoming an unintentional super spreader event, and I got even more worried since I hugged the grandmother of the bride. That woman's not my grandma, but she treats me and my cousins like we're her grandkids, so...
If you want to learn more about a location, try calling up one of the Acme Good Guides, who can give you a tour. If you do, you can call back that good guide later to help check over your warrant.
But since I have both of my main doses and both of my boosters, I shouldn't have an issue.
He left behind a letter with the words, "Meet me in Manila."
That would be the Philippines. So, yes, there will be a mega marathon for Where the USA 96 in June. Since it'll mark 15 years since I found the game and found my way back to the fandom. Okay, tall, black, heavy.
He's stealing from
Yeah, the Serengeti's supposed to be Tanzania.
Habari za asubuhi. Ndege 324 sasa inafika Tanzania.
I just got word that the crook is meeting Carmen to hand off the loot. You've got to make the bus before they make the drop. And make sure you arrest the person who matches the description on your warrant.
That would be this guy.
What can I help you with?
Okay, that's one hermeneutics capture.
You fingered me, but Carmen still got the world in the palm of her hands.
I was just reading about your success. You've done an excellent job. The buzz is that you busted Buzz Ted loose. He won't be loose again for a long, long time. We went through hours of questioning with no luck. But just before the cell door slammed shut, we heard the crook shout, "I'll steal the planet's treasures till there's nothing precious left." Code, perhaps. I'm faxing it to you for further reference. The bad news is Carmen's crew has already struck again. Can you take a new case right now?
Now, as for the USA Deluxe game, if that's going to get an Owniversary plane, I'm not sure, because if you hadn't, for those that have seen it, you would know that there is a sound issue with that game.
Denmark has a tale of woe. Someone has snatched the writing desk of Hans Christian Andersen, the man who spun the stories about the Little Mermaid and the Ugly Duckling. So track down that culprit and give the people of Denmark a happy ending.
I'm surprised the mermaid statue was never a game show route.
After making a deal, the suspect was off to the Isles of the Seine.
What? She went Roman in Provence.
Vol 707.
Yeah, I'll try to skip those too once in a while. Been there.
See those klutzy guys with brooms? They're Vile's janitors cleaning up after a thief. You must be on track.
Oh, yes? I noticed she was reading the Straits Times, the largest English-speaking newspaper in...
Well, that would be Singapore. Okay, I've seen that once at least.
She is marching to Pretoria, the nation's administrative capital.
That would be South Africa. Oh, come on, it's only my second case. There should be a scrap. There it is. I've seen that at least once.
Why, hello! She was off to a country that the French call Le Maroc, or the land of the Moors.
Must be Morocco. Lay of the land. Thin, camera, red, medium.
رحلة رقم 415 تغادر الآن إلى المغرب. رحلة سعيدة.
So I think I'll replenish my tea once in a while, like during...
You'd better work fast. And here's
breaks.
why. Carmen is coming to collect the loot. You need to find and bust the crook before the handoff.
It's too early for the twins, but I've played this game enough times to have the profiles memorized.
You may have stopped me, but you'll never arrest Carmen Sandiego!
Nice.
So I'll talk about my
and you've
plans
gotten
for
Acme
next year in the
some
Jack
great
video,
press.
which
You
Jackathon
landed
video, which
Leia
will
D-Land. Her horizons
have been
will
up by the
end
time
at
this
the
is up.
jailhouse wall for a long time. You made the arrest, you made the papers, and you've made investigator. You're promoted, and I salute you. There's another case waiting, investigator. Will you take it? Hungary is starving for justice. Someone has stolen all of the famous Hungarian goulash, and I'll bet it's one of Carmen's hungry henchmen. So haul over to Hungary and take a bite out of that burglary.
What's going... I hear she's staying at a hotel near...
Okay, that makes things easier for me. Don't think I've seen this already.
She was wondering if Zaire referred to the money, to the river, or to the country where she's headed.
All of the above, at least when this game was released.
Vol 324. Part maintenant pour la République du Congo.
What? She declared if Jacques Cartier can do...
Greetings, traveler. Canada welcomes you to its wilderness.
What do you need? She was dragging herself off to Boglan to watch some horsemen play buzkashi.
Okay, I have no clue about that.
What's going on? She was recently seen tramping about an abandoned training camp for the Mujtahidin, resistance fighters who fought throughout the 1980s.
So, I'm guessing that's Afghanistan or Egypt.
She's planning to climb the
Afghanistan. And this would be dynamite. I don't know how, close I was to catching Carmen when I originally did this with commentary, because... Warrant issued. Oh, we're getting the twins already?
Welcome.
That's one community capture.
Oh no, you found me! I wonder where I blew it.
The news is out. Congratulations! You've cracked the case. You blew dynamite out of the water and dropped her in the clink. But there's already another crook out there causing chaos. There's a mountain jacker in Pakistan. K2 is gone.
Oh good,
That's
short
right.
trip.
Someone's managed to haul off and hide the tallest mountain in Pakistan. The second tallest mountain on Earth. Now it's time for you to haul off
don't be so
and
shocked.
bring that
Mount
hill
Everest
back
was a game show
alive.
loot.
Do you really think you can catch me? Remember, Carmen Sandiego is never far away, but always out of reach.
Do you need... When asked where he was going, he said he'd be in the heart of...
That would be Sweden.
Tell me what you need. He said he was going to ride an iguana down the Iguazu Fall.
El vuelo 707 está a punto de salir para Argentina. Que disfrute del vuelo.
Yeah, I can't tell if I did this one already, but...
Hi there. He asked me if I knew how to say "have a nice day" in Swahili.
I think that's in the translator thing. Guess not.
Habari za asubuhi. Ndege 415 sasa inafika Kenya.
Okay, I think maybe we can start skipping the ick stuff.
Are you look? He was spotted island hopping on a plane between Isla de la Juventud and Cienfuegos.
Huh. I'm guessing Cuba. Okay, glasses, gray, short, skinny.
El vuelo 916 está a punto de salir para Cuba.
I think I've seen this one. It's him.
What do you need?
That's a rock-solid capture.
I'm taking a dive for Carmen. You'll never box her in.
Nice detective work. You've upheld Acme's standard of excellence. And say bye-bye to Shaky Al LaBye, 'cause he's shaking in his prison shoes. That's great work, investigator. Or should I say senior investigator. Congratulations. You've just earned yourself a promotion.
I don't know why, but I don't feel like
but
I've
you
done
can't
4.
rest on your laurels for long. There's already been another heist, and I'd like to assign you the case. Will you take it? Troubles a brew in Guatemala, Gumshoe. Someone stole the best coffee in the country. Those little brown beans mean a lot to Guatemala's economy. So you've got to get there and bring the good stuff back. And do me a favor. Bring me back a cup. Light, no sugar. Thanks.
But that's evidence.
Bienvenido, viajero. Guatemala te teje una calurosa bienvenida.
How can I help you? By golly, I said it was folly, but he's headed to a land.
So yeah, I figured around this time is when I finally found the game at thrift store I was volunteering at the time.
Why, he pulled some string.
Right, I'm a senior investigator now. The scraps won't show up everywhere.
Flight 707 is now departing for the United States. Enjoy the flight.
Really, even on this, there's obviously an ink and paint error there.
Welcome. He was off to Jönköping to strike up a conversation with the manager of the local match factory.
I think that's in Sweden.
He said he was headed for a port on the western...
Do you need a... He said he longed to be in the Aegean.
Enjoy the easy ones while I can.
Glad to meet... He wanted to show his good breed.
Denmark. Short trip. Okay, it's issued.
Do you need...
Okay, that's 4 good guy captures. 4 people I can skip now.
I've been tagged! Now I know what a summer clearance sale feels like!
Great work! You've tossed yet another crook in the clink. Thanks to you, indie slammers breaking rocks with a hammer in a slammer that just slammed shut. But you've got other fish to fry. And there's a new case pending. Do you want to take it?
You know, I'm actually amazed they let her keep the globe earrings.
Vile's villains have vexed Vietnam. Someone took all the water from the Mekong River. How could they steal a jillion gallons of water without being seen? I don't know. Very sneakily, I'll bet. Now, vamoose to Vietnam and rein in that river wrangler.
I'm sure your recent successes have built up your confidence, Crime Stopper. But you'll have to be in top form to topple my designs.
Greeting! She said she'd be by Bangladesh, next to Nepal, and a bit below Bhutan.
So, India.
शुभ सुबह। फ्लाइट नंबर 324 अब भारत में उतर रही है।
Can I be of a... I heard she got bogged down on her way to steal a...
That would be Germany. Oh, wait a minute. Waistlines.
Flug 415 startet nun Richtung Deutschland.
Sources tell me that she arrived in a country east of England just in the nick of time to see St. Nicholas Sinterklaas.
Must be antimatter. Gray, medium, average, glasses. Let's see where she went.
Hey, word has it that she's gone to raise emus near
Greetings, traveler. Don't miss Australia's wondrous outback.
Are you looking for help?
Right, it's... Senior investigator.
I think she was planning to fleece some sheep herders in the Basque.
What? She claimed that her immediate goal was a week...
Still not sure.
What can I help you? She planned to feather her nest in the Canary Islands.
That kind of helps.
El vuelo 707.
Oh, wait, the twins, it's... Oh, wait, it is antimatter.
What seems to be the problem? I thought my apron would be a good enough cover.
Well, it wasn't.
Hey, I see by the paper you foiled another caper. Because of your fine work, Antimatter has cried uncle. We tried to get some info from this fumbling fiend, but we only got cryptic answers. The only meaningful statement was, I never wear a watch because it's always time for theft. Let's make a note of that. But Carmen's already got another evil recipe simmering. There's fear in Nigeria because someone robbed a river delta.
I wonder which place I'll
the
go to
delta
too much
of the
in this
Niger,
one.
to be exact. That watershed wets the country's most fertile farmland, and you've got to get it back. Go to it, Gumshoe.
May I? She planned to treat herself to a plate of the best.
Someone told me that the bank is looking for her because she's been bouncing checks in Chiclayo.
Okay, that's in Central America, right? Or somewhere in... probably Peru.
Buenos días. El vuelo 324 está llegando a...
What do you need? She planned to take sand from the Rio Grande.
Okay, that's in... Mexico?
El vuelo 916 está a punto de salir para México.
She said she had an urge for sturgeon.
Right, that would be a sea in Europe and Asia. Okay, tall, watch, skinny, red.
Hello, She planned to visit an outdoor market in Tabriz.
One it is.
Hello, she was looking for a safe harbor on the southwestern shore of the Mediterranean.
I should get another clue.
What can I help you? She planned to feather her net.
Spain again. Or maybe it's the clues that... the same clues that are bogging me down instead of the over...
Bienvenido, viajero.
traveling
No
to
te
a
olvides de
certain
dormir una
place.
siesta en España.
What's going on?
Okay, that's everyone except diplomacy.
You may have caught me, but I'm too slippery to hold for long.
Hey! You're a newsmaker and a crime breaker. Good work. After you busted her, all of your money spent all of her money on lawyers. But she got convicted anyway. Unfortunately, we've got another crime on our hands. You're my first choice to take this case. Will you do it? Some rat just ran through Russia and wrangled a railroad. The Trans-Siberian Railroad, that is. It's the longest set of tracks on the planet. Or it was. Until Vile vamoosed with it.
I definitely
now
need to
get
retire
over
the
Russia
pair of
and track
the
down
pajamas
those
I'm
tracks.
currently
Dos
wearing
segundos.
because there's holes in them.
At
It's gonna fall
last, a
apart.
worthy opponent. I've enjoyed the game so far, Gumshoe,
I
but
guess it's
wait
a good thing
until
I
you
did
see
buy
my
some
next
new
move.
pajama tops from Torrid.
Рейс 324 сейчас отправляется в Россию. Приятного полета.
Hello. He's throwing his weight around the sumo ring.
Konnichiwa. 707便はもうじき日本に到着いたします。
I'm having problems with my computer chair too. I may have to replace that.
Hello. I told him nothing's wrong with wearing a sarong, so he took one.
That doesn't really tell me anything.
How can I help you? He was last seen in Central Java, snooping around.
Thank you. Wakey, wakey, Carmine.
Welcome. He was sifting through a pile of maps for the one that included the land of the Laps.
I'm gonna have to do some kind of training bra for now. Oh wait, I found the thing I was looking for.
Oh, hi. I think he's horsing around in...
What? He said something about a covert conversation over Cubita.
Okay, so tall, red, camo. Average.
El vuelo 415 está a punto de salir para Cuba.
Do you need information? I've been collared! I knew I stuck my neck out too far.
That's what I call good gumshoeing, Gumshoe. Congratulations. Thanks for busting Harry back. Right about now, he's being shaved by the prison barber. Oh, don't put your feet up yet.
Too late.
I've got another case for you. Are you ready to take it? They're rowdy in Saudi Arabia, Gumshoe, because someone stole the middle of the Trans-Arabian pipeline. Millions of
gas
gallons of
prices
crude
are
are
taking a
stuck
hit
in
for a
one
while.
place till you get that hunk of pipe back. So head out and try to keep the sand from scratching up your spyglass.
Not sure it was a big issue in 1996, but it is now.
Well done, senior investigator. You've graduated to the head of the class, but you're still a long way from the final exam.
أهلا عزيزي المسافر. احترس من العواصف الرملية في السعودية.
Hello. She didn't just go to the Maghreb, meaning the West. She went to an area known as the Farthest West.
Okay, I wonder where that would be.
Do you need My sources tell me she was recently seen selling tangerines in
Oh, so it's Morocco. Okay, there's obviously no scrap here.
رحلة رقم 916 تغادر الآن إلى المغرب. رحلة سعيدة.
What do you need? She declared if Jacques Car...
Good morning. Flight 324 is now arriving in Canada.
Yeah, I can't remember if we saw that one already.
Hey
Whatever.
there. She said she was craving a good bouillabaisse at the port of Marseille.
Vol 707 part maintenant pour la France.
What do you... She's traded in all her cash for down under dollars.
Another tall one. This one must be deep pockets.
Greetings, traveler. Don't miss Australia's wondrous outback.
What's on... I hear that she pulled rank to get the best hotel room in Rawalpindi.
Thought so. Okay, it's issued.
What's on? Caught me with my hand in the cookie jar. Maybe I should go on a diet.
Kinda wanna read something for a while right now.
I love reading good news about my agents. Nice work. You put deep pockets in a pair of prison pants, and there's nothing in her pockets but lint. I've got to hand it to you. You solved that case with style. And I've got to hand it to me because I knew enough to call you. I know what to call you to. Inspector. Consider yourself promoted and congratulations. If you want to try your new rank on for size, I've got another case waiting. Do you want it? You're going to China because
Cool.
there's been a sting in Beijing. Someone stole the keys to the Forbidden City. The ancient palace is closed up tighter than a wonton, and no one's getting in till you stop the crook who copped the keys. Good luck.
415次航班即将起飞，飞往中国，旅途愉快。
What's... My memory's spotty on the subject, but I believe he's seeking leopards in sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay. I'm guessing.
Habari za jioni. Ndege 916 sasa inafika Tanzania.
Good day to you. He told me that he wanted to write his name on the restaurant wall at La Badaguita in Old Havana.
Oh, right. The scraps are going to be harder to find now.
El vuelo 324 está a punto de salir para Cuba.
What? I hear the police suspected him of stealing a mummy.
Man, ran out of stuff to talk about already.
أهلا عزيزي المسافر، من فضلك زور النيل أثناء زيارتك لمصر.
Do you need an... He said he would never tire of robbing the rubber plants along the Bainway River.
But I'm not sure where else to go with this game, to be honest, or most games. Once I've done the full playing Owniversary, whatever.
Yes, what? He was overheard selling a tuba to some Yoruba, claiming it was bronze.
Okay, Yoruba's in Nigeria, right? What else is available? I'll ask one more.
Rumor has it he failed to fool any Fulani, so he's taking his chances near Lake Chad.
Okay, it's in Africa.
What? He bragged that he...
Greece it is. I think I'll have to get more tea after this case.
May I help you?
You may have short-circuited my operation, but I'm an adapter.
The news has never been nicer, and it's all thanks to you. You caught that malfeasant malfunction. Now his only function is pressing sheets in the prison laundry. But Carmen's cretins have committed another brazen burglary. I'd like to assign you to the case. Will you take it?
Time for me to pause this for a bit. And I'm back. Oh joy, is this gonna go off sync?
There's panic in Panama.
No, it won't.
Someone stole the controls of the Panama Canal. There's no way to fill or drain the locks, or even open and close the canal's giant gates. The whole canal is kaflooey until you get down there and grab that crook.
So I'll do a little bit of reading in between.
Carmen here. I feel it's only fair to warn you. Be careful not to blunder, or the next item I steal may be your thunder.
El vuelo 916 está a punto de salir para Panamá. Que disfrute del vuelo.
Oh, she said she wanted to hear water lap the shores of Tonle Sap.
I think that might be in Cambodia.
She mentioned she was dying to find herself a Mayan, but
well, that's Mexico. To be honest, I'm a little bit sorry I didn't play my quest this year, but like I said, it didn't get the numbers in the 3 years I played it that I wanted it to get, so I opted not to play it anymore.
Buenos días. El vuelo 707 está llegando a México.
What's on? I overheard her whisper to a friend, "This caper will net us a load of pesetas."
Currency of Spain.
El vuelo 415 está a punto de salir para España.
Do you need... She was wondering if Zaire...
Been there, done that. That's kind of a problem I have with some places being nighttime when this type of clue comes about. Oh yeah, and I actually found out that the Sega Genesis Mini 2 is coming, like later this year. I don't think I'll buy it though. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am happy that they're including Super Hang-On and Revenge of Shinobi and Final Fight on the new console, but I'm not happy they're including Streets of Rage 3.
Welcome, may I help you? I was baffled when she...
Because that game is hard as hell.
What?
Even on the easy hack. I still can't manage to succeed in that. So, bridge, bifocals, tall, ball. I mean, brunette.
916次航班即将起飞，飞往新加坡，旅途愉快。
Make a deal.
Oh, hi. You got me. Well, maybe I can work out a good plea bargain.
Great work! You've hit the headline. You solved the case, and May K. Deal is in the slammer, where her new nickname is May K. License Plate. Since you've been so successful, I have your next case lined up, if you want to take it. What do you say?
Sure.
Vile has brought pain to Spain. They stole the bulls from Pamplona. Every year, people come to this town from all over just to run down a narrow street chased by a herd of angry bulls. But all that macho is on hold until you stop the crook who took the bulls. Charge!
This would be a routine scheme, but with you on the case, I'm looking forward to an exciting chase.
Buenos días. El vuelo...
Can I be of a... He was planning to cross the Arctic Circle on his way to Luleå.
Okay, so... Sweden, I think?
Good afternoon. He said east of Norway, a traveler's reward.
Sweden. And there's no scrap here.
Hi there. He just embarked to find the bark of Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat near the Armenian border.
I think that's in Turkey.
What kind of... He plans to nab a new car from a plant in Sao Paulo.
Brazil. So essentially my deadline for commercials for Teletoon to be uploaded, older commercials to be exact, is October 1st. So I don't know how much more Nanotro has up its sleeve.
Voo 324. Está partindo do Brasil.
What can I help you with? Apparently, he went over the river and through the woods to Grandma's province to eat some sugar.
Bienvenido, viajero. Baila a través de la isla de Cuba.
Welcome, may I? He said he was going to have fun in Funen, somewhere southwest of the finish line.
Stew a pigeon. Well, Denmark's close to Finland. I actually got a nice tan this summer.
Hi there.
Why is this slow? And that's all of them.
This really ruffles my feathers, but I'll fly the coop before you know it.
Great work! The papers are praising your perfect pursuit. And most importantly, Stu L. Pigeon is back in the birdcage. Acme Interrogation didn't get a peep out of that petty pilfer, but we found one line scrawled on a hanky left at the crime scene. Loot is on my mind, though something else is on my head. I'll file that with your other long-term evidence. I could use more of your superb skills right now. There's been another crime. Do you want to take the case? Japan is fuming because someone stole the snow from atop Mount Fuji. Tokyo's majestic mountain has been sacred to the Japanese for a long, long time. Fiddling with Fuji means hitting at the heart of their culture. Only a vulture would swoop so low. Your job? Jet to Japan and set a vulture trap.
916便はただいま日本に向けて出発いたします。空の旅をお楽しみください。
What do you... She planned to take sand from the Rio
Mexico
Grande.
again.
there. She's meandering down the Murray
Uh-oh.
River, the longest river on the world's smallest continent.
Rats. I think I may have to abandon this case.
Can I be... She's skiing on Mount Kosciuszko in the Alps south of Sydney.
This is alarming me. I'm gonna abandon the case. Can't take chances.
Good to have you back on the job. I've got a brand new case for you.
Yes, I'll take it.
I just got an urgent call from Italy. Some skunk just slunk off with the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Ever since the Renaissance, this Michelangelo masterpiece has been a must-see for every Romer in Rome. But now, it's just a boring roof. 'Cause a crook went ceiling stealing. And you've got to stop him, Gumshoe. Ciao!
Il volo 324 è in partenza per l'Italia.
What? He bragged that he would move heaven.
So it's a mail. Let's see if there's a... Yeah, only 12 cases solved so far. It doesn't feel like it. I don't think I'll do an Owniversary commentary for the USA Deluxe.
Oh, rumor has it he failed to fool any Fulani, so he's taking his chances near Lake Chad. How can I...
Well, let's just say if I get winded from this, then I probably shouldn't do something like this again. This is... But then again, I did the Alien Tales commentary, and that was more than 5 hours.
What's on your mind? He wanted to tell me a joke about drilling for oil in Siberia, but he was afraid it might sound...
Russia.
Приветствуем, путешественник. Когда в России, ведите себя как русские. Ешьте борщ.
Tell me...
You're kidding
If
me.
local police try to harness him in Cardenas,
I don't know where Cardenas is. Why is it always the same one lately?
Hi there. He's off to the largest island in the West Indies.
Wasn't I just in Cuba?
El vuelo 707.
do you need something? He bragged that he could add 2 feet.
Oh, that's solved them already. Okay, median. Okay, we're off to Nepal, I think. Yeah, it was Nepal. That would be this guy?
Why, hello. I'm caught! But at least it took a lot of elbow grease for the long arm of the law to catch me.
Looks like I'm gonna have to remove some silent spots once this is uploaded.
I was just reading about your success. You've done an excellent job. You rounded up Rob M. Blind. Thanks to you, his vision will be impaired by bars for a long time to come. The problem is, there's already been another major burglary. Can you lend your expertise to another case? There's been a sting in Singapore. Someone stole the statue of Sir Stamford Raffles from the Capitol building. In 1819, Raffles laid out the town and made it a major trading port. And now he's who knows where. Carmen knows, I'll bet. And you, Gumshoe, are going to find out.
Well, well, the successful inspector is at it again. Good luck trying to figure out my ultimate goal. You'll need it.
早上好，415次航班即将抵达新加坡。
Good day. He said that he wanted to see the rainforest while it was still around.
So Brazil.
Voo 916. Está partindo do Brasil.
Do you need... He bragged that he could add 2 feet to the...
Yeah, wasn't that a clue last time? Oh shoot, ball. I can't change my flight now, it has to wait.
Do you need some help? I overheard an anthropologist call him.
Africa.
Habari gani wasafiri? Usikose kwenda Mount Kilimanjaro wakati ukiwa Tanzania.
Yes? There may be a grain of truth to the rumor that he's hiding out in the rice terraces of Benawe.
Rice terraces? Well, that narrows it down.
Greetings. Last I heard, he was...
Probably Indonesia, since Indochina was a thing. Shoot! Philippines.
Oh, hi! He was trying to talk to the Chaco Indians, a reclusive tribe residing in the Darien jungle.
Probably Panama. Tall, yellow. skinny camera.
El vuelo 415 está a punto de salir para Panamá. Que disfrute del vuelo.
Clone alert.
Oh, hello.
How did I get caught in such a seedy crime? That evidence you weeded through was planted!
Great work! You've hit the headlines. Herb Aside's been pushed aside, and he won't be back outside for many a year. But there are other bad... Gumshoe, it's time to track trouble in Thailand, the country that used to be called Siam. Some crook has nabbed the king's very own pet Siamese cat. Thailand is fretting till you find its finest feline, my friend. You're Bangkok bound to bust a burglar.
I enjoy a good challenge, but I'm afraid that soon you may be out of your league. Farewell. Glad he mentioned something about Manila.
Philippines.
Oh, he mentioned that he had picked a certain landlocked country in Asia.
Okay, so... Well, there's only one available, and it's Nepal.
What? He said he was eager to visit the town where the Communist Party chief closed the party down.
So Russia. Oh. Rats, I must have misinterpreted something. Good thing I caught it now.
Добрый вечер. Рейс 707 сейчас прибывает в Россию.
Hi there. I hear he's stealing the scenes in a current...
Flight 324 is now departing for the United States.
Welcome. He was sifting through a pile of maps for the one that...
I think we saw that clue once before, and the answer was Denmark. Okay, black. Medium. Camera, thin. No, it's Sweden. That's gotta be him.
Hello, stranger. Hey, I'm caught, and I have to cash it in, but the smart money's still on Carmen.
Nice work! And you've gotten Acme some great press. You've landed less cash in the cooler. Les and his finances will be frozen for a long, long time. You solved that case by doing what inspectors do, inspecting. In fact, you're so good at inspecting that from now on you're not just an inspector, you're a senior inspector. Congratulations! Now, would you like to inspect another? They've called every cop in Canada because someone stole a national treasure. The game-winning puck from the first Stanley Cup championship. In this hockey-heavy nation, there's no greater abomination. Get yourself a goalie mask and get on the case, Gumshoe.
Greetings, traveler. Canada welcomes you to its wilderness.
What do you need? He wanted to test his mettle mining iron ore in Minna.
Well, I don't know where that is, so...
He said he would never tire of robbing the rubber plants along the Bainway River.
Yeah, I know we did that Bainway one already.
Yes? He said he was off to a...
Nigeria.
What? He said something about a covert conversation over Cubita coffee and
El vuelo 916 está a punto de salir para Cuba. Que disfrute del vuelo.
Rumor has it that he found himself up a tree in Medina when he tried to palm money from a date peddler.
What can I heard he was seen trying...
Oh, camel country, so... Saudi Arabia, I'm assuming. Right, didn't I just get promoted?
صباح الخير. رحلة رقم 707 تصل
Greetings. He showed me a flag.
So, Panama, I guess.
El vuelo 415 está a punto de salir para Panamá.
Well, when I said goodbye...
Herzlich willkommen zu deiner Reise.
Yes, what is it? He left to learn new recipes for coconut, cassava, and bananas by the...
Okay, so... probably Philippines. But didn't I just catch this guy? Ah, of course.
What's on your mind?
You know,
I'm just a
maybe
small
I should probably
fry.
just skip
Carmen's the
skip
big fish in this pond.
silent spot since...
I love reading good news about my agents. Nice work. You reeled in Barracuda, and now he's in the guppy tank where he belongs. I need a proven success like you to take this next case. Will you do it? Hearts are bleeding in Sweden, Gumshoe. Some sneak just swiped the court stage from Drottningholm Palace. There'll be no pomp and circumstance for Sweden's royals till you get their stage back. They're crying in their crowns, Gumshoe. Go help them out.
Taking another assignment, are you? Very well then, let the contest begin. And don't bother tracing my call, because I plan to vanish without a trace.
What do you...
Oh, wait.
Police think he's responsible for stealing the...
I'm actually sounding a bit better. Another blonde male.
Are you... He was spotted island hopping on a plane between Isla de la Juventud and Cienfuegos.
Weren't we just in Cuba?
El vuelo 3...
Do you need an... Authorities say...
So Israel then.
Why, hello. I'd ask around in Antigua, which was a colonial...
Buenos días. El vuelo 707 está llegando a Guatemala.
Do you need information? He said he would never tire of robbing the rubber plants along the Bainway River.
Right, that's Nigeria now. Getting better at this.
Hi there.
Okay, tall.
Il volo 916 è in partenza per l'Italia.
Phone alerts.
Yes?
Nope, can't skip the freezing spots.
Carmen will find
yes,
a way to get me out of this.
Nice detective work. You've upheld Acme's standard of excellence. There's no legal loophole for loophole, and next Christmas he'll be getting a lump of coal. We asked some hard questions, but that scheming scoundrel didn't give us any information about Carmen. But we did see a tattoo that read, "Why should I take a picture? I'll just steal the scene instead." Whatever it means, it's going into your evidence file. Unfortunately, other crooks are loose and lifting loot. Can you take on another case for me? It happened in Peru, Gumshoe. Someone sponged up the headwaters of the Amazon River. They didn't look like much, but these mountain rivers are mighty important to South America. That's why you're going to bring them back, right? Right!
Bienvenido, viajero. Los Andes hacen que Perú sea una tierra montañosa.
Hey there! She said she was craving a good week.
Vol 324 part maintenant pour la France. Bon voyage.
What do you need? When I asked her where she was going, she said she was...
So, it looks like Australia.
Good morning. Flight
Are you looking... She plans to steal a moment alone at the memorial at Dachau.
Germany, I guess. Well, I have to do a jack playing as soon as I'm done with this.
Flug 707.
Yeah, like I said already, I'm doing this on the second to last day of gaming season.
Tell me.
Spain.
Bienvenido, viajero. No te olvides de dormir una siesta en España.
Welcome. She planned to fly into the highest major airport in South America.
Where would that be? Let's see. Bolivia's available.
Oh, yes. She expected to pay a princely sum for a tour of the Esterhazy Palace.
Are you She said that historically the plains called the Pusta were a great place.
Hello. She claimed that a gypsy...
Okay, so Hungary.
What do you need? I guess the gig is up. Time for me to face the music.
Hey! You're a newsmaker and a crime breaker. Good work. You pursued Sue Me all the way to a guilty verdict. Great job. But a few of Carmen's vultures are still flying loose. And I've got another case for you if you want it. What do you say? This time, Carmen's cretins hauled into Hakadollar and grabbed Geyser. The word geyser comes from here. But now, the spurting hot spring called Geyser is gone. And the people of Iceland want it back bad. So go get it, Gumshoe.
You've become quite a crime stopper, but you'll never put a stop to my grand plan.
Okay, that was a nice read.
Yes? She was headed for a place that looks like Switzerland.
So I guess... Oh, it looks like it's Chile. Now, where is...
Mayor, she was on her way to see Monet's water lilies at Giverny.
Monet. France, I guess.
Hi there. She's farming rice paddies near Lompong.
Which is in, I guess, Thailand. Huh. Wouldn't it be funny if we caught Lisa Carr right here? It's been a while since I read Smile.
Welcome, may I help? Word.
Nope, not Lisa Carr.
Why, hello. She embarked to put to sea with a Spaniard's mind, precious.
Bolivia or
Good afternoon. She told me that her business venture...
Looks like it's Bolivia, because it's closer to Brazil.
Bienvenido.
What can I... The authorities almost nabbed your suspect during a pit stop in Iztapa.
That's in Europe. Or so I thought.
Do you... She mentioned she was dying to...
Oh, Mexico. Oh. Good thing I caught this. It's flowing, Eddie.
El vuelo.
Tell me what you need. Rumor has it that she was recently...
صباح.
Hey there. Looks like I'm up the creek without a paddle.
Hey, I see by the paper you foiled another caper. You jailed the formerly fearsome Flo-In Eddie, and now she's flowing up the river. There's already been another... South Africa's landscape has been looted. Some dope stole the Cape of Good Hope. Just hacked it right off the edge of the continent. Your job is to track down that crook and bring back the Cape in undented shape. Ta-ta.
I admire your persistence, but I'm a thief in her prime. There's no way you can stop my next crime.
What can I help? She wanted to sing the Marseillaise.
415. Pars maintenant pour la France.
What do you... She's traveling like a sultan to a palace in Meknes.
Huh. Okay, back to Morocco, I guess.
أهلا عزيزي المسافر. أهلا بك في المغرب، أرض الغموض.
Welcome. She told me with her own two lips that she was off to sell bogus bulbs in the Kuchenhof gardens.
But where is the Kuchenhof Gardens?
Good afternoon. When I say she's gone to Holland...
Thank you. Okay, I can't be craving Cheerios right now. Not till after this.
Good day. She had an appointment with a living legend in Heroes Square.
She admitted that if the cops caught her in the Gellert vase, she'd have to come clean.
Hello. I guess she claimed that a gypsy musician in Jur offered to...
Hi there. She's leaving her Labrador with a lady near Laos, and her cat with a cousin across the border from Cambodia.
Why, she embarked to Potosí with a Spaniard's mind, precious ore of the silvery kind.
Right, wasn't that in Bolivia? Oh, we got antimatter. No, I mean, I need a bath. Red, medium, thin hats.
Yes, what? My hat's off to you for catching me, but Carmen's still way ahead.
That's what I call good gumshoeing, Gumshoe. Congratulations. Thanks to you, Anita Bath is all washed up. She's in the state pen where showers are mandatory. Thank goodness. Unfortunately, other crooks are loose and lifting loot. Can you take on another case for me? I got an urgent message from Australia. Some malevolent Matilda has waltzed off with Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock. This geological wonder has been sacred to the Aborigines since who knows when. And now it's gone. Head down under and bring that big boulder back where it belongs.
So you're a senior inspector now. My friend, you've come a long way, but I'm afraid my next theft will be completed in short order.
So, something I don't remember if I brought up yet was my You know those plans I said about how I planned
Flight 707
to do
is
more
now arriving in Australia.
coin-op games? They're kind of altered because apparently...
What's going on? Rumor has it he found himself in a real strait in the Dardanelles when he was thrown from a ship in the Sea of Marmara.
What's on your... He had to meet someone in front of the statue of Kamal
Sound issues, basically, long story short.
Hey there. My sources tell me he's involved in a cheesy deal.
It's a bit of a lag issue in the sound, and this would make it a little slow, and I don't want it to be an irritant.
Oh, hi. I think he's horsing around.
So I'm gonna have to wait until I can get another program, like the most recent release for Corel Video Studio that has the, you know, screen recording program. I'll put it in Mom's computer at least, because hers has more terabytes than this one does, even though this one got more space recently due to the magnet incident.
What can I do? I heard he was seen trying to hail a truck carrying a load of camels near Tabuk. What's on... I hear he got his host...
Saudi Arabia. Okay, I'll try this, but... Okay, good, it's right.
Hello. He was on his way to Lao Cai, bordering China.
Oh, but does Afghanistan border China? I can't remember.
Do you need some... He intended to slip away on...
Hey, it's worth a try to follow your suspect.
Dynasty, that's gotta be Vietnam. Or...
What? He was on his...
Yeah, Vietnam.
Greetings. Authorities say he's shipping off to pay a debt near the Ionian Sea.
So, Greece then. Also, about... As for any console gaming videos this Christmas, I'm kind of mulling not doing it because I'm not getting the views I want to get from them. Hell,
Tell me what you need. He said he was looking...
Hell, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Coin-Op won the Coin-Op pool this year, and yet even that's not getting the views I want it to get. Wait, are we sure this is...
Welcome, may I help? He said something about a...
Bienvenido, viajero. En Panamá sí que sabemos canalizar el agua.
Good afternoon. He's catching...
Flight 707 is now departing for the United States. Enjoy the flight.
What can I do? You can grill me all you want, but you'll never catch Carmen.
I think I have another 2 hours of this to go.
Work. You've tossed yet another crook in the clink. You've cut Jack Cheese right out of the picture, and the stench of his crime has subsided. During questioning, we heard just one phrase mumbled over and over. I always hide the things I steal, no matter what their size. I'll add that to your list. There might just be a pattern here. I need a proven success like you to take this next case. Will you do it? Here's the plan. You're going to Iran because today someone burgled the finest rug in the presidential palace. Iran's master carpet weavers are highly insulted, so I'm sending you to set things right. If you don't bust the thief, I'll call you on the carpet. Good luck.
Good afternoon. She's hanging out on some high land south of Thailand.
Are you look? She was charting her route to reach Chartres to see the stained glass windows of the Medi.
Is it also in France?
Bonjour. Vol 415.
Welcome. She wanted to show her independence by celebrating Cinco de Mayo.
Mexico it is. Okay, now we're catching Lisa Carr.
El vuelo 916 está a punto de salir para México.
What do you need? She said she had an appointment with a...
Morocco it is, or Saudi Arabia, whichever one. It's actually too early for me to start guessing who is... You know, I think I need one more clue.
Hell, she didn't just go to the Maghreb, meaning the West. She went to an area known as the farthest West.
Well, Morocco's technically the farthest west, but I don't know if they're mean by... Ah, this is it.
What can I...
That would be Spain.
She thought it...
El vuelo 324 está a punto de salir para España. Que disfrute del vuelo.
Can I be of assistance? She hoped to arrive in time for tea in a former colony settled by the...
If I could relive one summer, it would be the summer of '98.
Hi there, what's up? This chase tired me
I've
out,
approached the
but
time
Carmen's
of the
in
year
the driver's
when
seat and you'll
the
never
nostalgia
match
bugs
her
are
speed.
gonna get worse.
The news has never been nicer, and it's all thanks to you. Thanks to you, Lisa Carr can't even rent a bike. The only thing she'll be driving is a pair of prison-issue sneakers. That was great.
I'm a detective now.
And it deserves a promotion.
Which means I'm getting close to the
Consider
end.
yourself a detective. That's going to look great on your business card. Now, there's been another robbery in another part of the world. Are you willing to take on the case starting now? I just got a call from Kenya. Nairobi International Airport is missing. Every plane, every hangar, every runway is gone. And I'll bet you a bucket of nickels that Vile is behind it. Gumshoe, you'd better get over there and start searching.
Ndege 415 sasa yaondoka Kenya.
So I guess we need to talk about...
She said that Oxford University was the...
Well, whatever the heck Teletoon Plus is. I mean, if they're going to be... If Teletoon's going to set up a streaming service, they should have some of the stuff they used to air, so at least the parents would have an excuse to want to watch it, want to pay for it, since technically Teletoon Plus is going to air a majority of the Cartoon Network in Warner Brothers library. Deep down, I knew when that HBO Max BS has been happening, I kept thinking, what if Teletoon gets affected? Because right now they have more content from the Warner Brothers library than they have Canadian content.
Hi there. She said she had nothing to gain by going to Spain. More people habla español from Juarez to Chiapas. Hi there. Hi there.
What? She bragged that no one...
Mexico. Because wouldn't it be nice to see shows from the Nelvana libraries on streaming services? I mean, I don't think Ned Snoot was ever streamed anywhere.
El vuelo 707 está...
Except my channel, of course. I mean, I know when Nelvana had its own thing on demand several years ago.
Do you need... She said the name of the island country and the name of the capital city of her destiny.
It actually did air some of the stuff that's on the internet, including the stuff, the complete series of stuff I've put on my channel. You're probably wondering, do I have any other complete series uploads ready to go in the future? Well, I probably only have one more, and it's going to be the Jungle Show. And I might turn all those tracks into MP3s as well, if I can get it done right. But first I have to edit it.
What's on? She went to greet some pals in the grass.
I'm guessing Thailand?
Oh, she planned to practice as a musician in Songkhla, but
I mean, what I have to do is take out the credits and the intros.
Since she couldn't quite conquer the quirks.
está a punto de salir para Perú.
Though to be honest, I'm surprised that Ned Snoot isn't streaming on Keep It Weird or Retro Rerun.
What's going on? Authorities?
Okay. Average. Timepiece. Gray. Tall. But who is this?
Greetings, traveler. New Zealand.
Oh, it's her.
Good afternoon. You may have tested my mettle, but you'll need to be tough as iron to catch Carmen.
The news is out. Congratulations! You've cracked the case. You've slapped the cuffs on Ivana Steele, and they're the only bracelets she'll be wearing for a long, long time. But there's already another crook.
I mean, anything from Nirvana and Sinar's, whatever, content. But then again, the stuff from Sinar is kind of complicated now since it's been eaten by so many sharks, business sharks. I think Mr. Coate had made a good example of it in his When Disney Bought Deep
Carmen
video.
is causing fear in Zaire. One of her stooges just stole the Zaire River ferry. It used to be the best way to get around, but now it's just another clipper in Carmen's fleet. Your job is to catch the crook who took it and put it back in service. Head out!
So they've put you on my trail. I've had a lot of flatfoots following in my steps, but you've been most impressive. Let's see what you can do.
Vol 324. Part maintenant pour la République du Congo. Bon voyage.
Oh, hello. She said she had dealings of great import.
Kampon Cham.
Good day. She's causing
Okay, we're going to Cambodia.
Can I be of assistance? She'd read a couple of Rudyard Kipling novels and wanted to see some of the scenery for herself.
So, India? But yeah, I am looking forward to making the big compilation. I'm likely going to do it on Columbus Day weekend or Thanksgiving weekend, since the following week will be the launch date, the anniversary of the launch date.
She had the Niagara.
But it's not going to be a premiere because I have to work that day.
Flight 415 is now departing for Canada.
Welcome. She wanted to show her...
Of course, even if Teletoon Plus did air some of the content they aired on the network over 25 years ago, I don't think we would see Caillou on there, and I don't think we would see The Simpsons either, because Disney has a stranglehold on that now.
Bienvenido, viajero. En México, visita...
Hey there.
Zarda's?
She was packing her dancing.
I have no idea what that is.
What do you... When I asked her who her favorite composer...
Must be Hungary. But who could that be?
Well, hello. Make for me later.
So, either I'm going to Thailand or South Korea.
Hi there. She's leaving her Labrador with a lady near Laos, and her cat with a cousin across...
Thailand, then? Oh, it's her.
Ah, glad.
The warrant's issued.
Ah, glad. I've never pictured myself getting caught. Would you believe I've been framed?
Great work! The papers are praising your perfect pursuit. You've captured K. Sarah Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. In jail. Unfortunately, we've got another crime on our hands. You're my first choice to take this case. Will you do it? Some feather-brained felon has nabbed all of New Zealand's kiwi birds. The kiwi is the country's national symbol, and even though they're flightless, someone flew the coop with him. Your job? Bring the birds back, Bunky. Go get 'em.
So you think you can stop my schemes? You've proven yourself to be a good detective, but no one can catch Carmen Sandiego.
Flight 916 is now departing for New Zealand. Enjoy the flight.
Are you look... I gave her a book on colonialism. She left it behind.
Okay, Bolivia. Because Venezuela's not available in this game. Peru, then.
Buenos días. El vuelo 324 está llegando a Perú.
Why, she could have been lying.
That would be Singapore.
707航班即将起飞，飞往新加坡。
She said that she wanted to explore the homeland of Willem Barent, the Arctic explorer.
Okay, I guess that's Australia then. Okay, this was no help at all.
Glad. Here she thinks that living in a windmill along the...
What can I do? She's buying masks in Matadi, near the tiny coastline of an immense tropical country.
So, Philippines or Zaire?
Oh, she's on her...
Zaire.
Bonjour voyageurs. Le Congo est le centre de l'Afrique.
Hello, may I be of... She was hoping for an audience with King...
El vuelo 415 está a punto de salir para España. Que disfrute del vuelo.
What?
Okay, that's Afghanistan.
She had obtained...
Or not. Oh no! I forgot to do this. Okay, black. Okay, who would this be? Her. It's issued.
Do you need... You may have corralled me, but you'll never fence in Carmen Sandiego.
That's what I call good gumshoeing, Gumshoe. Congratulations. You've put barbed wire behind barbed wire. Not to mention a big fence, steel-reinforced doors, and a pack of guard dogs. Oh, don't put your feet up yet. I've got another case for you. Are you ready to take it? They're mighty cross in Austria because someone stole a stick. Not just any stick, mind you. It's the baton used to lead the Vienna Boys Choir. Without it, the hills are alive with the sound of nothing. It's up to you to make the music flow again, Gumshoe.
I've kept my eye on you, Gumshoe. You've done well so far, but wait until the end, my friend.
Guten Morgen. Flug 324 landet jetzt in Österreich.
Oh, hi. I hear that he landed a job as a tugboat.
Oh, sun's setting. Or not. But for some reason it feels like it's... Okay. After this case, it's
Can
time
I
for
be of
another tea
assistance?
replenishment
Eager
break.
to prove he was at his physical peak, he...
Ndege.
Do you... He's gone island hopping across the
That
world's
would be
largest archipelago.
Philippines, right? Nope, that would be Indonesia.
You don't need to be a...
Rhodes. That would be Greece or Turkey, whatever's available. So it's either Joan of Arc or Archival, because I have not caught either of them yet.
Hello. He just stepped on my blue suede shoes.
Greetings, traveler. Enjoy your stay.
Do you need it for some reason? He equated Europeans with a metropolis south of the equator.
Huh. It's definitely a hat. Short. Well, this doesn't tell me enough, so...
He said he was going to ride an iguana down the equal.
El vuelo 415 está a punto de salir para Argentina.
Good day to you! You got me pegged, but you'll never get a leg up on Carmen Sandiego! Ha ha!
Nice work! And you've gotten Acme some great press. You stopped that shark, Joan of Arc. His crime career's up in smoke, thanks to you. But Carmen's already got another evil recipe simmering. Are you ready to take on another case right now?
No, I need to take a small break. Okay. Back to work.
There's trouble in Tanzania. Someone stole a national park. The Ngorongoro crater was made by an asteroid blast way in the past. Nowadays, it's crawling with more wildlife than you can shake a camera at. Or it was until it disappeared, zebras and all. And you, Gumshoe, are going after it.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to break in and tell you my next break-in will break records. I'll be seeing you.
za mchana ndege 324 sasa.
What's on your... Rumor has it that when a sports reporter told him Pele wasn't this country's greatest hero, he tried to sock her.
Ha ha ha. Wait, was the suspect a woman or a man?
What's... Rumor has it that when a sports reporter told him Pele wasn't...
Voo 707 está partindo do Brasil.
Hi there. He's off to the largest island in the world.
Cuba.
Bienvenido, viajero. Baila a...
Can I be... Authorities fear that he's on the loose in Aarhus.
What do you need? He said he would decide to...
We got our tribal already. Helsingor.
Hello. He plans to steal a peek at Mount Manaslu.
Don't know where that is.
Ah, he plans to unload a pagoda on the Tarai Plain.
Pagoda?
Greetings. He showed me a flag that wasn't American, but it was red.
Back to Panama. Wait. Nope, no scrap.
El vuelo 415.
Yes? He headed for the beach with a shovel and a pail that read Mar del Plata Sandcastle Club.
Could be Argentina, but...
Do you need... He sang the theme from Evita while drinking a hot steaming mate.
Then...
Buenos días. El vuelo 324 está llegando a Argentina.
Hello there.
Yeah, I kept that in because he's the only one that actually says something different in this.
Rats! I should have known someone was on my tail.
The news has never been nicer, and it's all thanks to you. You brought down that arch creep, Art Shrivel. Now his arch rival is the prison warden. That pesky perpetrator wouldn't say a darn thing under interrogation. But we found these cryptic crib notes scribbled on the heister's hand. And I don't wear sunglasses to protect my eager eyes. Let's tuck that tidbit away for future reference. Since you've been so successful, evil is lurking in Turkey, Gumshoe. Some foul fisherman stole every anchovy from the Black Sea. All those savory pizzas and salty canapes will be bland, 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 unless you catch the creep who filched those fish. Go to it.
What do you... When I asked if he was going to the Bay Area, he said, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Okay, the U.S. That's an easy one. Wait, what's the suspect?
What do you need? When I asked if he was going to the...
Mail. That could be halitosis. I'm not sure if we have any... I think we have like 2 overweight suspects left.
Flight.
Well, hello. He said he planned.
Sorry about that.
What? He said he was eager to...
Приветствуем, путешественник. Когда в России, ведите себя как русские. Ешьте борщ.
Do you... He said he still carried a torch for a gymnast he'd met in Olympia.
Wait, grizzly bear colored hair? I think I know who this is.
What can I help? He wore blue and white tennis shoes that resembled...
That would be Argentina.
El vuelo 707 está a punto de salir para Argentina. Que disfrute del vuelo.
What's on your mind? I hear he got his host's goat in Al Hudaydah because he didn't know how to politely eat with his fingers.
Still can't tell.
What can I do? I heard he was seen trying to hail a truck.
Saudi Arabia it is.
صباح الخير. رحلة رقم.
What do you... He said it was all there in black and white.
Oh, authorities believe he knows.
I thought so. Camera, short, brown, heavy.
How can I help you? I'm taking a dive for Carmen. You'll never box her in.
Hey, I see by the paper you foiled another caper. You tracked him down and found him out. Now Don in Hout is over and out. The bad news is Carmen's crew has... The Netherlands are mad today, 'cause someone took their dikes away. In a country that's 2/3 below sea level, the dikes keep the water from flooding the land. So if you don't get them back, things will get soggy fast. Grab your galoshes, Gumshoe, and get going.
Excuse the intrusion, but your past successes mean very little in the grand scheme of things. My grand scheme, that is.
Yes, he said that the word for sun on the vast equatorial archipelago where he's hiding is mat.
Okay, so... France? What? I'm gonna have to ask around now. Thank God for 45-minute trips.
Well, I heard...
What city of Madonna?
Tell me what you... He's living somewhere north of us.
Hello. I overheard a tidbit of conversation about a shrimp boat near Puerto Armuelles.
Okay.
Oh, he's off hunting jaguars, pumas, ocelots, and other
So, somewhere in South America. We have not caught Can You Spare a Dime, so... Basically, the recent pings was my mom's waiting for a delivery, and it's not going to come until Tuesday. But I'm not going to get to babysit it because it's my first day back at work. And I'm going to be testing a new route home.
Hey there! He said he was going shopping for Polka.
So if anyone's going to babysit that package, it's going to be Dad. The package is actually for my cousin, though. She's expecting a baby in November.
May I help you? Check south of Uganda and right next to Rwanda.
So it's either Kenya or Tanzania.
Habari gani wasafiri?
Well, he said he planned to cross the Baltic Sea and head east to Lake Ladoga.
So Russia again. Right on all counts. Thin, black, tall, watch.
Рейс 707.
Do you need something? He may be sneaking into a harbor because he had a map of the Rio de...
If it's not that, I'll check Peru.
Buenas tardes.
Are you looking for help? You can try to reform me, but I'll never change!
Great work! You've tossed yet another crook in the clink. Thanks to your stellar sleuthing, Can You Spare a Dime can't even spare a nickel. We clobbered him with court costs and popped him into prison. The problem is, there's already been another major burglary. Can you lend your expertise to another case? There's a pall over Nepal because someone yanked the abominable snowman right off the slopes. That mythical beast is missing, and you've got to track down the snitch who snagged him. Head for the Himalayas and help out.
I just wanted to congratulate you on your promotion to detective. I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a fabulous theft to commit.
What's on your mind? I hear she's going in...
Wait, what was the suspect?
What's on...
Gender?
I hear she's going...
Okay, Miss Ann Stuff, Make My Day, and Jerry Riggs is left. But there's still quite a bit more to go.
Are you looking... She said that historically the plains called the Pusta were a great place.
What do you need? She was looking forward to canoeing on the Tissa.
Hello. She admitted that if the cops caught her in the Gellert Vase, she'd...
Hello, She said she was about to be leaving for the country whose first king...
So, it's either Jerry Riggs or Meg My Day.
Since she couldn't quite conquer it.
Jerry Riggs.
Bienvenido, viajero. Los Andes hacen que Perú sea una tierra montañosa.
Why, hello. She's in an Asian nation whose northern border touches 3 nations that were once part of the former Soviet Union.
Afghanistan. It sounds right since it got invaded.
Oh, she's on her way to a huge...
Zaire. That doesn't narrow it down at all. Oh, wait, yes it does.
Vol 324. Part maintenant pour la République du Congo. Bon voyage.
Hi there.
South Africa.
She wanted...
Medium. Glasses. Oh, shoot! Honestly, I expected South Africa to be at the bottom. Warrant issued.
Tell me what you need. You nailed me! But if you want to get Carmen, you'll need a much bigger hammer.
Nice detective work. You've upheld Acme's standard of excellence. You buried Jerry Riggs in the big house. That was masterful detective work. And that makes you a master detective. Congratulations. You've been promoted again. Now that you're one of my top people, I'm putting you on a top priority case. That is, if you want to take it. There's foul play in the Philippines, Gumshoe. Someone stole a rare monkey-eating eagle. That's right, a monkey-eating eagle. And I'll be a monkey's uncle, or a monkey's aunt, if that someone wasn't working for Carmen. Now flee to the Philippines and bag that bird burglar.
Good day. She's causing rancor in an Asian angkor.
I think there's like 3 female suspects left besides Carmen, Miss Ann, Steph, Penny Pincher, and Meg My Day.
Hi there. She's farming rice paddies near Lompong.
Thailand or South Korea?
What's on your mind? She went to greet some pals.
Oh, who's left with the camera?
Do you need assistance? She was hoping you wouldn't be enlightened enough to look for her at the birth.
Oh, you know what? There's also Ruthless. She hasn't been caught yet. And empty pockets.
Bon après-midi. Vol 707 arrive maintenant en France.
Tell me what you need. She said it would be sweet to escape to an island where she could eat coconut and papaya.
Okay, but I guess Singapore, since we've come from the Philippines. We started in the... I need to take more baths this year. I mean, I have some bath bombs. I want to use them.
415次航班即将起飞，飞往新加坡。
Do you need information? She regaled me with her plans to go rowing on the Ravi.
Do you need...
Pakistan.
What can I do? She's on her way to Hamburg to meet a greasy burger named Patty.
Okay, heavy, tall, blonde camera.
Herzlich willkommen zu deiner Reise. Fahren Sie langsam auf der deutschen Autobahn.
Yes, what is it? I'd swear she just left for Bloemfontein, the country's judicial capital.
That would be South Africa. Didn't I just catch a crook there? Can't catch you yet, honey.
Well, hello. Darn, and I thought I had this caper all sewn up.
Hey! You're a newsmaker and a crime breaker. Good work. There's an empty cell waiting for MT Pockets, and she's getting tossed into it right now. I could use more of... The crooks have crashed India, and Gandhi's glasses are gone. Mahatma Gandhi led India to freedom without waging war and without dressing up. His wire glasses are his trademark, and India needs you to find those specks. So head on out and start your trek.
I couldn't help overhearing. So once again, the master detective tries to catch the master thief. Let's see just how clever you really are.
फ्लाइट नंबर 707 अब भारत के लिए उड़ान भर रही है। उड़ान का आनंद उठाइए।
Hey there. He said he was going shopping for...
So... There's still halitosis and skipping stool and macaroni. This would be halitosis.
Hello. He said he was on his way to the land where...
Vietnam.
He told me it's a neutral nation, stationed along the eastern edge of Western Europe.
But I was just in Sweden, and Switzerland wasn't available in any of these games. Guess it's Austria.
Flug 324 landet jetzt in Österreich.
Good day. He said that he wanted to see the rainforest while...
I don't believe this. Where are those scraps?
Voo 916 está partindo do Brasil.
Oh. He wanted to cast a...
Would that be Japan?
Hello. It just dawned.
Greetings! His answer was automatic. He said, I'm off to the Adriatic.
Il volo 324 è in partenza per l'Italia. Buon volo!
Why, authorities sought to snare him smuggling olive oil in Samos.
That would be in Greece, I guess. Heavy, short, classes. Man, my head's hurting suddenly and I don't know why.
Welcome. May I help you? Save your breath. You may have caught me, but I'll never tell you where Carmen is.
Oh, we haven't caught her
Great
side yet
work.
either.
You've hit the headline. You halted Halitosis, and soon he'll dwell in a smelly cell. This misguided miscreant wouldn't say a thing under questioning, but a message was tapped out in Morse code with a pencil. Soon I'll steal the greatest prize. My plan is now in motion. You know, when you add this to your list, it starts to look awfully useful. But there are other bad seeds in the wind, and one of them just committed a crime. Can you take the case? They need you in Indonesia. This vast country is full of diverse cultures. Especially fascinating is the magical island of Bali with its music, dance, art, and architecture. But now, the entire island is missing from the map. Your job, get there, get moving, get it back. Go!
Do you need assistance? Look for him in a nation founded by Malays, colonized by Spain, annexed by America, invaded by...
So God knows who this one is, since I have about 4 men to go. Still have 4 girls to arrest at least.
Do you need... He said he wanted to be the sole proprietor of a shoe factory in Irkutsk.
What? He said that he planned to thoroughly comb the...
Cossacks.
Good day. He had an audition at a theater in Saratov for a part in a play by Anton Chekhov.
Okay. And now we've got macaroni in our sights. I thought something was...
Доброе утро. Рейс 707. Сейчас прибывает...
What do you need? Police think he's responsible for...
Help.
Yes, I noticed that the flag stitched on his rucksack had a red cross banded in white on a blue field.
That sounds right.
What's on... Word has it that he met a man named Paco watching birds in the Grand Chaco.
Tell me, he said...
Argentina again. Round, heavy, tall camera.
El vuelo 415 está a punto de salir para Argentina.
Greetings, traveler. Enjoy your stay in the United States.
Good day. Before he left, he was spinning some story about wanting to watch the dervishes in the town of Konya.
Tells me nothing.
What? I hear the police in Adana recently tried to arrest him for stealing shit.
Welcome. He was off to a nation east of Greece.
Isn't Turkey technically west of Greece? Warrant issued.
Greetings. Ah, looks like I'm in hot water. You made me look like a wet noodle.
I was just reading about your success. You've done an excellent job. Thanks to you, macaroni is cooked, drained, and in the sauce. But a few of Carmen's vultures are still flying loose. And I've got another case for you if you want it. What do you say? There's been a brazen burglary in Bolivia. The fish from half of Lake Titicaca are gone. The ones in Peru are present, but the Bolivian fish have been filched. I've got a guess who got 'em. Carmen's crew, that's who. Get on it, Gumshoe!
This would be a routine scheme, but with you on the case, I'm looking forward to an exciting chase.
El vuelo 916 está a punto de salir para Bolivia. Que disfrute del vuelo.
What can I help? She was off to have tea with...
Okay, so... that's the Netherlands.
Greetings. She's a glutton for mutton, so she licked her chops as she headed for one of the largest
New Zealand it is. So, it's either Ruthless or Make My Day. We'll know soon.
Good evening. Flight 324 is now arriving in New Zealand.
What? Rumor has it that local police
Off to Canada again.
Flight 7...
How can I help? They say your senorita is stealing the thunder from Mount Popocatépetl.
Okay. I'm guessing... Guatemala or Mexico.
What say? Your suspect snatched a poncho and headed...
Good day to you. She said she had...
Mexico. Oh, that narrows it down. Oh, wait, no it doesn't.
Bienvenido, viajero. En México visita las numerosas ruinas de la cultura maya.
Good day. She mentioned an area where the large lungs of the locals are an adaptation to the absence of oxygen in the high altitude air.
This should narrow it down. Make my day.
Good afternoon. I suggest you search the area.
Wait, that
El vuelo 324
Amazon originates in
está a punto
Peru?
de salir para Perú. Que disfrute del vuelo.
Hello. She's bouncing around a country.
Well, hello. She said she had a rendezvous with a miner named Enrique, just outside the port of Iquique.
What's going on? I heard it through the grapevine that she was heading north from El
Tiente. Well, it's gotta be Chile. Short, gray, bifocals. Now there's only one overweight female left, and it's Ruthless. So if I get told to get an overweight female, it's gonna be her. Now. Wait, did we catch antimatter?
El vuelo 4.
What? When I send out an SOS, Carmen will come to my rescue.
I love reading good news about my agents. Nice work. You made my week when you made the bust on Meg my day. That's the way. But you've got other fish to fry. And there's a new case pending. Do you want to take it? There's turmoil in Germany. Someone stole the keys from Beethoven's first piano. Old Ludwig van banged out some of the world's best music on those ivories. They're a national treasure, and you've got to get them back. So dash to Deutschland and bag that burglar.
Taking another assignment, are you? Very well then, let the contest begin. And don't bother tracing my call, because I plan to vanish without a trace.
Flug 916 startet nun Richtung Deutschland.
What can I help? He's gone into a rainforest on the island.
Indonesia. Now let's see if I can find a scrap. I'm not sure if he got a clone. It's either skipping school or... Oh, you know what? We didn't catch philodendron either.
Why, I heard he's posing as a fish merchant, making a market in mackerel on Mindanao.
Philippines.
Hello there. He was going to go bear hunting on the Kamchatka Peninsula.
What's on your... He said that he planned to...
Okay, we saw that once already, but where was that? Well, that narrowed it down.
Oh, he was all set.
Приветствуем путешественников.
Do you need... He described the topography as mostly mountainous and 40% forest. Hello there. He said he'd be attending the Spanish...
Austria.
Flug 324.
What do you need?
Pharaohs.
Hi there. He was writing his itinerary.
Oh, it's still Egypt.
صباح الخير. رحلة رقم 700.
Hello. The last time I saw him, he was holding forth about his plans to visit the Venice of the North.
Hi there. Claiming he wanted to be spontaneous. What? He had reservations at an inn on the shore of Lake Vettern.
What do you need? He said he...
So I don't think they'll go on any more tea
Hello.
breaks, because...
He's probably now rubbing the sand out of his eyes in the Rubal Khali.
I'm feeling better enough. Heavy. Tall. Average. I still might take a bathroom break.
415 تغادر الآن إلى السعودية.
Hello. Oh no! All my schemes have been nipped in the bud.
That's what I call good gumshoeing, Gumshoe. Congratulations. You've foiled Phil O'Dendron, and now he's filling flower pots in prison. But Carmen's cretins have committed another brazen burglary. I'd like to assign you to the case. Will you take it?
After my bathroom break. Finish this before 12:30.
I got an urgent call from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Someone stole the plans for this year's Carnival. We're talking about the biggest bash on the planet, Gumshoe. But it's going to fizzle big time unless you get those plans back. So fly down to Rio and follow that crook.
You've become quite a crime stopper, but you'll never put a stop to my grand plan.
Saudações, viajante. Curta.
Tell me... I hear she's going to run some...
Okay, so... going to the UK. This has to be Miss Anne's stuff.
Flight 916
I should really try one
is
of
now
those.
departing for the United Kingdom.
I still have junk
Enjoy the
foods
flight.
to eat, like... I had a busy day at the Forks. I probably won't do it till after I'm done here, cause...
How can I help you? In order to stay a nose ahead of the cops, your suspect left for Cyrano's Bergerac.
Is that in France?
Bonsoir.
Welcome. Police say she's on the lam in Dunedin.
That's in New Zealand. Wait. Nope, that was a road line.
Flight 7.
What? Her taste for tubers took her to the place where the
That would be Peru.
Bienvenido, viajero.
Hello! She planned to visit an outdoor market in Tabriz.
What's going? She's trying to.
So, Morocco then?
Well, she said the locals get clannish if you don't.
Do you need... She mentioned she was...
Mexico. Black, skinny, tall.
Buenas tardes. El vuelo 916.
Warrant issued.
Hello, Miss. Catching me was a tall order, but nabbing Carmen would be a colossal achievement.
Nice detective work. You've upheld Acme's standard of excellence. You made life tough for Miss Anne's stuff, and now a lot fewer people will be missing their stuff. Well, the United Kingdom is in a royal bad mood because someone stole the keys to the Tower of London. For years, kings and queens used the tower to lock up their enemies. But now it's just a big, useless closet. Until you put the freeze on the crook who stole the keys.
I couldn't help overhearing. So once again, the master detective tries to catch the master thief, Let's see just how clever you really are.
Flight 32.
What do you... I asked if he'd be trapped.
Okay. There's Herbicide and Skippin's school left. And probably one more. I'll try Tanzania first.
Habari gani wasafiri?
May I? His passion for dance took him to...
So it's probably Skippin's school.
He planned to...
Доброе утро. Рейс 916. Сейчас...
What's up? He's on a first name.
Panama. I'll talk more about my plans in the Jackathon, like I said.
What's going on?
Since he'll be up sooner.
Rumor has it he found himself in a real strait in the Dardanelles when he was...
Welcome. I hear he just drove his van from Iran to the shore of Lake Van.
That doesn't really tell me anything.
Welcome, may I? He was off to a nation east of Greece.
Turkey.
Oh, he was headed west of Uruguay.
We still haven't caught Penny Pincher, have we? Brown, short, average, watch. It's definitely skipping school.
Bienvenido, viajero.
What?
Wait, Island Nation? Cod War?
Hello, stranger. He's pumping metal at an aluminum...
Warrants issued.
Good day. Oh man, I hope they don't give homework in the Hoosgow.
The news has never been nicer, and it's all thanks to you. Skip in school is in detention. You've completely outclassed that terrible truant. But a few of Carmen's vultures are still flying. They've hit right here in the USA. Someone stole the Statue of Liberty's torch. It was nabbed in New York Harbor, then sighted seconds later in San Francisco.
Oops, that wasn't smart.
So they've put you on my trail. I've had a lot of flatfoots following in my steps, but you've been most impressive. Let's see what you can do.
Flight 415 is now...
What can I help? She's off to get a tan in the Tannin Mountain.
Okay, so it's either Penny Pincher, Antimatter, or Ruthless.
Well, hello. Make for Malaysia, then nap.
Well, hair color will determine the answer.
Hello! Rumor has it that she's headed for the oldest university in Europe to dig up an old high...
Guten Abend, Flug 916.
I don't know why they call it fly-by-night travel.
Do you need some help? I heard she wrecked...
Oh, right, I forgot. Penny Pincher has glasses too. Which one has Cassandra?
Hello. She pointed to her map and said, when it comes to mining copper.
Yes, what is it? She claimed the... Yeah.
Oh, all the other beach towns were crowded, so she had...
Yes, she was headed for a place that looks like...
Chile.
Bienvenido, viajero.
What do you... She was dragging herself off to Boglan to watch some horsemen play Buz Kashi.
Okay, I've seen that before, but I don't remember where it is.
Hi there. She was studying Farsi. Sometimes...
So Pakistan? Okay, so short, thin, black, glasses. Whoops, guess this is not it.
What seems to be the... She's gone to an island in the Tasman.
What can I help you? She said one could hardly imagine the fishing village in Mangrove.
Okay, I need to take another bathroom break. I think I'm paying for all that tea and I drank today. Warrant issued.
Oh! To coin a phrase, I didn't think you coppers had enough sense to catch me.
Hey! You're a newsmaker and a crime breaker. Good work. You pinched Penny Pincher and parked her parsimonious posterior in the pokey. Good going, Gumshoe. We got zero info from that crafty culprit, but we did hear this whispering coming from the jail cell. I adorn my neck with loot I stole from oysters in the ocean. I'll add that to your notes pronto. But Carmen's...
Okay, so I think I have one more male suspect and two more female suspects before I get to Carmen.
There's nefarious news from Afghanistan. One of Carmen's compadres has cribbed the Khyber Pass. The mountains are now impassable, and travel is at a standstill. Gumshoe, it won't start moving again until you do. Get to Afghanistan, make a plan, and find your man. Or woman, as the case may be. Roll out!
Greetings. She said that Oxford...
Like I said, we're down to two more suspects. Two more female suspects. And this may have just... Oh, wait a minute. Hair color is going to decide this.
What?
Koros River?
She wanted to explore the country.
What do you need? She was looking...
Hi there. She was buying a flashlight for exploring the cave.
Hi there. She planned to space out at the spa on Lake Ballatin.
Well, this is not helping.
Oh, she expected to pay a
Now let's take a guess. But at least it's a quick flight.
Why, hello. She's feeling lethargic and lethargic.
What's your suspect snatched a pawn show and headed for one?
It's ruthless.
Bienvenido, viajero.
waiting. She's gone to seek a suntan at Saint-Tropez.
Can I be of a... I heard her say she thought...
She plans to steal a moment alone at the memorial.
Short trips lately.
Good afternoon. Some Pashtuns told her that if she came to Quetta, they'd make her...
What? She had obtained government...
Okay, heavy.
Can I be of assistance? You got lucky, but you don't stand a chance against Carmen Sandiego.
I was just reading about your success. You've done an excellent job.
Female suspect
Because
and
of
one
you,
more male
Ruth
suspect.
West is a lot less ruthless, and she'll be in jail till she's toothless. Great work. Your crime-fighting record is so stellar that I'm sending you right
I must have
to the
caught
top.
them.
You've just been promoted to Super Sleuth. As part of Acme's elite force, you'll be assigned to only the most dangerous, most perplexing cases. And I have one waiting for you right now. Are you ready to take it? Argentina is in an uproar, and here's why. The steps to the tango have vanished. Not one Argentinian can remember the moves to their national dance. Someone has burgled them directly from their brains. Get down to Buenos Aires and pick up the trail. Move out!
Of course it's a game show route she stole.
El vuelo 324.
Like I need to go looking for scraps.
Well, she recently crossed over the Tian Shan Mountains and became depressed in the Turfan Depression.
That doesn't help.
Good afternoon. She said her yang was not in balance with her yin, so she left for Fuji.
So, China...
Hello. They say a senor...
Good day. She said she...
Mexico.
Good day. She's caused...
What's on your... Oh, she made it very...
So it's Hungary.
She said that she was hoping to get a tan at a tannery in Tantan in a country renowned for its leather goods.
Hello. I hear that she was nearly
What? I hear the police trailed her through the streets of Sati, but she lost them on a moped in the Medina.
God, I hope she doesn't need to talk to me right now.
Are you Although she could be tracking antelope in the Rift Mountain.
Oh, I know where that is. Or... Oh, wait, yeah, because the horn's all the way over there.
Do you need... She claimed...
Oh, she was looking forward to...
Ugh. Need another clue. The bizarre thing narrows it down.
She was carrying a brochure for a...
She regaled me with her plan.
Some Pashtuns told her that if she came to Quetta, they'd make her feel...
Don't cut on me now. Shoot. Well, at least it's a quick flight.
Hello. She went to Scope,
Netherlands. Well, I can't afford to get anything wrong now. I'll have to Google the answers. Oh, I missed a clue, Scrap. Oh well. Who cares? I know it's Carmen.
Gumshoe, I've got a strong hunch that this time you're on the trail of Carmen herself. Only she would pull a caper this big. Remember that poem we pieced together from her crook's confessions? Well, Acme's decoding department figured out its message. It means Carmen will be wearing pearls around her neck. Keep that in mind, because you may run into her any time now. Good luck!
Nope. Huh. Nope. Nope. No. Nice sunglasses, though. No. Bingo! Wait. I am not skipping this. And rock salad just does nothing. I am actually sorry the good guys didn't make it into Netflix, Carmen. I would have loved to have seen, like, more of a personality out of them, or development. Oh, do I have to...
You did it! We've been trying to do it for years, and you finally did it! You captured the elusive ringleader of Vile, the one and only Carmen Sandiego! Yay! And you did it just in time, too. Because we've just
Wait, wasn't that reused from the USA Deluxe game?
To steal Acme headquarters! She came this close to putting us all out of commission for good, so she could steal the world's treasures unchallenged.
Well, well, you've proven yourself to be a good detective, but you'll never guess what plans I'm unfolding next. I'll see you around, even if you don't see me.
You put a stop to it! You foiled her ultimate heist, and you saved all our skins! We're all extremely proud and grateful, Super Sleuth. Capturing Carmen and saving Acme itself makes you one of the greatest detectives of all time! I double salute you!
Da, 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 da.
That's why we're immortalizing you in the Acme Detective Hall of Fame. When future generations speak of history's greatest crime stoppers, your name will be spoken in awestruck, reverent tones. Super Sleuth, the world is sleeping safer all because of you. This is the Chief, signing off.
Well, that's it for this plane. Thanks for watching.